Let me be the one to tell you, I don't care how bad you're hurting for money, do not get a title loan on your car.
His loan agreement came with a huge catch, a 682% interest rate.
But if I was in your shoes, I would never the Payday lender in my entire life.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about predatory loans. With the economy getting tighter for everyone, people are resorting to these terrible loans to get a little extra cash. While some people are doing it to survive, others are doing this to keep up with the Joneses. These interest rates are so high, you could be paying off the loan for months and barely touch the principal. We have a lot to go over today, so let me know what you think in the comments down below. With my channel being so new, I really appreciate all the comments you guys are leaving. It really helps. All right, let's get into it.
She took out a $500, 900% interest payday loan. You borrow $1,000 for this one, you pay back a total of $4,413. For what? We
needed money for groceries.
Why did you take this out? Be real. Come on.
I bought a PlayStation 5.
A 900% interest rate? I can't even wrap my mind around that. I'm sorry, but a loan like this shouldn't even be legal. That's disgusting. Let's think about this for a second. Say you take out $1,000 at a 900% interest rate. In interest alone, you're going to owe an additional $9,000 at the end of the year. Whatever you need the money for, at that interest rate, it's better to go without. But why are 900% interest loans even a thing? She paid almost $5,000 for a PS5. 882.6% interest is bonkers. The PlayStation website literally offers a pay over time option with little to no interest. Yeah, this woman is insane for taking out a loan like that for a PS5. So I think that person in the last comment is referring to buy now, pay later. So you could do buy now, pay later to purchase something like this, but I don't recommend it. We're going to be talking a little later about how services like that can be just as predatory. Yeah, I'm not doing that bad. I mean, he's not wrong. That's one of the best things about making videos like this. I get to solve two problems. One, I get to help people realize their finances aren't as bad as they think. And two, I can help people find better ways to improve their finances. It's great. We needed groceries, a PS5, and that's the thing. A lot of people try to hide their overwhelming debt by saying it's a necessity. I needed food, I needed money for rent, I needed to repair my car. When unfortunately, the reality is a lot of people are just blowing this money on stuff they don't need. If you can start with just buying the essentials in life and cutting out the luxuries, that's a huge first step in getting it all together. Let's take a look at some title loans now.
Let me be the one to tell you, I don't care how bad you're hurting for money, do not get a title loan on your car because the interest rate is astronomical. I got a $2,000 title loan back in June. I've already paid almost $4,000 on this stupid thing because of the interest rate, and I want to scream.
Life is already so hard. Why do this to yourself?
No matter what is going on in your life, never, not ever take out one of these vehicle title loans where you own your vehicle free and clear, which a lot of people do, but you're short of cash. So there are these places you can go to, they're really friendly, and you can borrow money against the vehicle title at 300% interest. And you know what this is all about? No matter what, they win.
Yeah, because you either pay off the loan and they get a huge profit, or they just steal your car and sell it. Unreal. So let's talk about what these loans actually are.
Hey, have you ever heard of title loans? Yeah, I think it's like a short-term loan where you put your car up as collateral, right? Exactly. It could be a quick way of getting some extra cash, but it can be really risky. Why is that? Well, the interest rates on title loans are usually pretty high, and if you can't make payments, you can end up losing your car.
And the kicker is these companies usually don't check your credit, so they're specifically looking for people desperate enough to sign away everything they own. It just shows that some industries have no morals and will do anything to make a buck.
91-year-old Alan Colbert was shivering as he described the phone call he received from a Montana-based lending company called Plain Green Loans. Harvard-educated Vietnam and Korean War veteran needed to buy Christmas presents for his grandchildren. Yet unbeknownst to Colbert, his loan agreement came with a huge catch, a 682% interest rate.
I was shocked.
And it's not advertised anywhere on the front page of the website, but in small font through another hyperlink halfway down the page.
So the senior citizen needed a loan to get some presents for Christmas. We're already off to a bad start here, but he uses this company that charges him a 682% interest rate. And they hide the rate in the fine print on a different page. These companies prey on whoever they can, and the elderly are a perfect target for them. So another loan to look out for is a payday loan. Take a look at this.
Payday loans are a scam, and here's how they work. Basically, once you're at the end of the line, you have all of your credit cards maxed out and you can't get another credit card and spend more there. A lot of times, unfortunate souls will turn to payday lenders. They'll go and they'll get $1,000, $2,000, maybe even only $500 at an interest rate of 100, 150, 175, 200, 250% annually, something ridiculous, something damn near Mafia level. And when you don't pay it, They won't beat you up like the Mafia, but they'll go after you financially. They'll try to garnish your wages. They'll make your life a living hell by calling all the time. They are terrible. Trust my take. Do with this advice what you will, but if I was in your shoes, I would never the payday lender in my entire life.
So payday loans are just like what they sound. They're for people who need extra money until they get their next paycheck. This is the classic predatory loan. They charge interest rates to people that should be illegal, and they have to pay back way more than they borrowed.
The hardest trap to get out of is payday loan. When I tell you, it's so easy to get sucked into that, but to crawl out is a nightmare because every paycheck that you get after you took that payday loan is going to hurt. Because you're going to have to pay it back, and then you're going to have to borrow it again because you don't have enough money to survive. And then it just sucks you in, and it's done. Because then you have to get another one, and then another one. And then you play the overdraft game on your account. It's honestly just not worth it. Figure out some things that you can sell around your house. I guarantee you, everyone has at least $100 of something worth in their house.
Yeah, and she's exactly right. Before you get a loan, why don't you see if you can sell something? Especially in today's world, it's easier than ever to sell your stuff. Just use Facebook Marketplace. Pick a price you think it's worth. If no one reaches out to you, just keep lowering the price. Once it's low enough, you'll get people blowing up your phone ready to buy it. I think a lot of people just don't feel comfortable with the entire selling process, so they end up throwing stuff away they could have got money for. So here's a woman who's trapped in a payday loan.
Y'all, why I just get a call from a loan company that I borrowed $500 from, and they trying to charge me $1,800 to, essentially, the annual interest rate on a loan is 720% for annually, right? My loan was $500. I paid off $465 of it.
That is just awful. A 700% interest rate. We as a society recoil when someone has a 30% interest rate on a credit card. I can't even imagine how bad it would feel to have a loan this bad. This woman borrowed $500, paid off almost the entire amount, and still owes the company $1,800. She'll never get out of that. So another loan you need to look out for is buy now, pay later. These companies like Klarna and Afterpay are trapping people into debt like never before.
No, I cannot be nice while watching these companies imprison the same people I'm trying to empower. It is impossible for me to be nice when I see them making you hold the bag, but they're marketing it as some sort of God-given gift. Check this out. When you use Klarna, right, they do a soft credit pull. Oh, don't worry, we're not going to pull your credit. It's just a soft pull. So you're over here like, oh, that's great. No, it's not. With this business model, you get 0 credit for paying anything on time. No matter how much on-time payments you make, it does not matter. But watch if you don't make a payment. It will be on your credit. You get sent to collections. Your credit is screwed for 7 years. What happens on their end? They get a tax write-off. That means you get absolutely 0 upside and all the downside. I can't be nice in this situation. Even though Klarna has been struggling, they are still going for a multi-billion-dollar valuation, profiting off of people who do not need any more loans. They need more education.
Just get a credit card if you're going to use Klarna. A credit card can destroy your credit, but it can also build it. But buy now, pay later just destroys it and gives you nothing in return. No rewards, just collections and poor credit. I totally agree with all these points. Buy now, pay later is such an evil invention. These companies lure you in with your first purchase being 0% interest. After you get used to it, you don't think it's so bad. Then you start putting everything into buy now, pay later. And soon enough, you're in a way worse spot than if you had just put it on the credit card. And imagine making all those payments, getting no benefits from it, but then you miss one payment and your credit score drops. It's such a bad deal.
Buy now, pay later is one of the worst financial inventions in the past decade, and it is now ubiquitous. It's literally everywhere. It's in every online checkout. There's ads everywhere. It's in every app. Now a lot of these services are offering physical cards. And I think a lot of people respond and say, oh, well, you just don't have to do it if you don't want to do it. But I talk about money psychology all the time, and I don't think people realize how much external forces impact their financial decisions.
Yeah, that's exactly the point. Buy now, pay later is preying on your psychology. When you see low monthly payments, like $20, you don't see that as a threat. So you pile up on these installment loans until it's unmanageable.
Everybody that was bragging about not paying their Klarna debt, where are you guys today? Please, I just want to know, because me personally, I can't do that. I'm sorry. I'm too scared to do that.
A lot of people just don't care. We've seen it plenty of other times on my other videos. Then they can't get an apartment or a decent new vehicle for a very long time. There are absolutely consequences for getting over your head in debt.
I have spent $32,196.23 on Affirm and Klarna since 2022. And the big question is, what did I purchase?
Okay, so this is ridiculous. Now you end up with people who become debt-talk influencers, almost bragging about their debt. And for a few people, it actually works. So now people are caught in this loop where they get debt they can't afford, ruin their credit, make TikTok videos, and get their debt paid off from TikTok. I bet a majority of people who are successful at this are going to get sucked back right into the cycle. Another way you can get screwed over by lending companies is through an auto loan. Take a look at this.
Let's talk about one of the biggest financial traps in America, one that drains billions from working class people every year, subprime auto loans. Because if you're poor or have bad credit, you don't just pay more for a car, you get financially ambushed for one. A lot of times, a car isn't optional. It's how you get to work, get your kids to school, buy groceries, and make doctor's appointments. So when someone with a low credit score needs a car, the entire auto finance industry sees them as prey.
So lenders know that people are desperate for a car. We need cars for everything we do, like going to work, buying food, going to our hobbies. So if you have bad credit, they'll give you a rate that can be as high as 20% and you'll pay it.
It's literally game over in the auto industry. Subprime auto loans are at a delinquency at or greater levels than 2009. And that's huge because 6.6% of all subprime auto loans are hitting at least 60-day late and counting.
So he goes on to say that first people stop paying their credit cards, then they stop paying their cars, and then they stop paying their rent. So if we're already getting to a point where a lot of people aren't paying their car loans, we could be seeing a huge financial crisis coming up. Now let's take a look at some real-world consequences of people who don't end up paying their debt.
Well, they repossessed my Jeep this morning. You could see where the brown marks were, where it was sat. Yeah, so this is a firm reality check that I'm still going through it, but at the end of the day, I'm here, I'm alive, I'm breathing, I have my health.
I remember having my only good working car repoed. 2 years later, I'm in a new Tesla. I promise it gets better, just get back on your feet. And that's great perspective. You never know what's going to happen. This happened to me before, and I got a check for over $9,000 because when they took it and sold it, the profit was my money. Temporary setback. Blessings are coming. So I wanted to end on a positive note here. When life is giving you a battle that's really testing you, just keep going. I truly believe that grit can solve so many problems. You can beat someone temporarily, but you can never beat the guy who keeps standing up when he gets knocked down. All right, that's all I have for you today. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you liked the video, it would mean a lot to me if you could hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. If you thought these interest rates were bad, check out my video on the fast food chain Subway. What used to be a great corporation in the past has now spiraled out of control in recent years. From making billions of dollars off the $5 footlong to now having emergency meetings about revenue, they're going downhill fast. It's on the screen right now. And if nothing else, I will see you in the next one.